Naruto and Sasuke might universally be renowned as the two strongest shinobi who have ever existed in the world of Naruto, but as we've learned throughout the entire Naruto franchise multiple times, there are times where even the strongest among us can't do things by themselves, and they require just a little bit of teamwork in order to get their mission accomplished. And Naruto and Sasuke, for all their massive power-ups, they are no different. In today's Naruto Explained video, we're going to go over that one time that Naruto and Sasuke required the help of 3 Kage, the 6th Hokage Kakashi, the 5th Mizukage, and the current Tsuchikage in order to accomplish an S-rank mission of the highest importance. One where if the mission failed, there would have been a loss of life as a result. The information for this is going to be coming to us via the Naruto Retsuden story. Naruto Retsuden, the 7th Hokage in the Spiral of Destiny, which takes place after the events of the Mujina Bandits arc and the events of Sasuke Retsuden, the Uchiha and the Heavenly Stardust, but before the events of the Vessel arc of Boruto's manga. In the scene I'm going to share with you guys, the story is beginning to rush towards the climax with Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura engaging in their final mission as members of Team 7, where they've used a device made by one of the scientists in Konoha's Ninja Tech department that operates like a motorcycle but uses the chakra of Sasuke in order to operate it, and Sakura, using her expert chakra control, is directing the flow of chakra into the bike as the members of Team 7 race up this massive mud wall that Kakashi has created by dumping all the chakra in his body while reinforcing the mud wall's strength with Yamato's wood release. Sasuke, on top of supplying chakra for the bike that Sakura is piloting, is also consistently using variations of his Chidori in order to cut down lightning bolts that are targeting them because of how high up in the sky they've gone, and also the fact that they're riding on a metal motorcycle, so it's going to be a lightning magnet. And they're so high up in the sky right now that oxygen is running low, and they're breaking past the limit, way past the storm clouds, before going up to the final layers of Earth's atmosphere that exist before you leave the thermosphere, which, for real world reference for how high up that they're attempting to going, they are almost where the International Space Station actually orbits the Earth. And the only reason they're able to sustain being that high up is the combination of chakra and the ninja tech devices that are being used, in particular the ones that are made for Naruto. In this portion of the timeline, Naruto, due to having the chakra illness that the Sage of Six Paths struggled with near the end of his life, which came as a result of having the chakra of the 9 Biju sealed inside of him, something that a half-human body like Hagoromo still experienced side effects from. Due to having that much foreign chakra, Naruto, despite only having small bits of the 9 Biju chakra over the course of 16 years, has suffered to a point where just molding chakra gives him heart attack like symptoms, which is why Sasuke and Sakura and Kakashi had previously gone to the land of Radaku, where the Sage of Six Paths lived in his final days, searching for a cure in the form of the polar particles, and they're racing against time to find the final polar particle, the Hagoromo, hit this high up in the atmosphere before things get too late for Naruto. And in typical Hagoromo fashion, just as the first polar particle was extremely complicated to track down, this polar particle is even harder to find, and it can only be unsealed under certain circumstances. However, as Team 7 is racing up the layers of the atmosphere and getting close to the polar particle, close enough that Sasuke is almost in the range to use as a main Teiji card to swap with the polar particle if needed, so Naruto can use it to cure himself, Kakashi's body begins to betray him, consistently releasing all the chakra in his body, getting dangerously close to the point of absolute zero, which that is different than someone saying that they are out of chakra, because that just means they've reached a point where they can no longer safely use chakra, but if they want to, they can take the risks that come from continuing to mold chakra, whereas absolute zero is the moment where the body literally dies because there isn't enough chakra left to sustain the functions of the body. This is what happened to Kakashi in the Pain arc. He used Kamui despite being way past that point of not being able to use chakra anymore, and as a result he saved Choji, but he died as a result. That is absolute zero. Kakashi's body is beginning to reach this point right now, and it's in a very painful way that this happens. He's discharged so much chakra right now that the gloves that Kakashi's wearing, they completely exploded. his clothes are beginning to rip apart from the visible flow of the chakra that's being pumped out. The blood has begun to rush to his head, and he can feel the blood pulsing in his veins so clearly he can hear it. And he's in danger of reaching absolute zero, but Kakashi, despite Yamato's many warnings, continues to push forward way beyond his limits because he knows a world without Naruto is not a world that the ninja world can afford to enter into. Not when the peace between the villages, while it has been a thing for 16 years, in the broad scope of the ninja world itself, is still very much so in the infancy phase. And Kakashi believes that Naruto is a key to sustaining that peace. This is where both Gaara and the current Kage show up to provide reinforcements to Kakashi by releasing the chakra, which Kakashi then takes to control the flow in order to reinforce the mud wall with their jutsu. Basically, you have Kakashi releasing all of his chakra while controlling the flow of chakra, assisted by Yamato, Gaara, and the current Kage, winding them up together to reinforce the ramp that Team 7 is riding on. With the scene and the context most importantly being set, is here. I'm going to begin reading the selected scenes from the light novel, and then I'm going to come back to you guys my thoughts, and it's here. I'm going to begin quoting. "It sure took you long enough," Kakashi said, wheezing. "Listen, you call us here the day before mission. You should be thankful that we even made it here on time," Kurotsuchi shouted at Kakashi, glaring as she poured her chakra into the ground. "Naruto's up there," Gaara asked, looking up at the sky with one hand on the ground, riding on a lump of metal to charge into the clouds. "He's as reckless as ever, I see," Gaara said as Yamato grinned a strange grin at him. With the assist from Kurotsuchi and Gaara, the jutsu regained its strength and was stretching higher into the sky at a stable speed once more. Yamato's wood pillars, Kakashi and Kurotsuchi's earth pillars, and Gaara's sand pillar. The four were wound together like braided hair and rose into the sky, supporting each other as they went, carefully guided by Kakashi's chakra. It was more stable than it was previously. "What's the real reason that Naruto wants to go 660,000 feet up into the air?" Gaara asked Kakashi. I can't tell you that," Kakashi wheezed. Even at this late stage, Kakashi still kept his cards close. Kurotsuchi became annoyed. "We're helping you out and you can't even tell us the full story?" she asked. "Relax, once this is over, you can ask Naruto yourself," Kakashi wheezed. Gaara nodded, smiling as he looked up at the growing pillar. Even now, Kakashi never lost his chance to poke fun at Kurotsuchi despite the circumstances. End quote. So, I don't know about you, but what's really impressive is to see 3 Kage level shinobi working together in unison like that and using chakra control to such an extreme level, if for no other reason than this is another nod to the original Naruto mangas, consistent and constant themes of teamwork, and the younger generation stepping in to fill the void for the older generation. Kakashi might have been Hokage after the 4th Ninja War and was still Hokage as the current Kage, the current Mizukage, and the current Raikage all came into power. But for all intents and purposes, Kakashi is still part of the older generation. Just as in the past where the older generation took things as far as they could and were forced to eventually allow the new generation to take the baton and run even further, using them as a pillar in the process, the same thing is going on here. Gaara and the Kage Kurotsuchi right now, they're in their early 30s, but Kakashi right now is knocking on the door of being 50 years old. Our legends are getting old. While he's not necessarily an old man, he's not exactly a spring chicken either anymore. Yet he's now relying on the help of the new generation that is coming up behind him in order to support Naruto in this life or death situation. While Team 7 was up in the air and Sasuke and Sakura beginning to panic, thinking that this was the worst case scenario where Kakashi's chakra would give out and they'd have to abandon the mission and return in a free fall using Sasuke's perfect Susanoo, Naruto held faith that Kakashi would keep his word, going so far as to say that Kakashi sensei, he's never let them down before, and have faith in Naruto that he would pull something off. And just before Sasuke was about to yank Naruto and Sakura and go into his perfect Susanoo, if they weren't close enough to the polar particles, Sasuke felt the chakra of the 2 other Kage supporting Kakashi and breathed a sigh of relief. Meanwhile, as this mission's going on, you got Choji and Shikamaru, and they're fighting guards in the lane of stairs, while Ino and Orochimaru, having already completed their part of the mission to hack into the computer system of Konoha's enemy, who initially tried to steal the polar particles that Sasuke brought back from Ridaku. Ino goes from worrying about Orochimaru almost killing an innocent woman when they were on this mission to being shocked that Orochimaru is casually talking about that one time that he attended a parent and teacher conference with Mitsuki. And Ino, as she's waiting for the signal to connect SAIYAN Team 7 for the coordination to break Hagoromo's complicated sealing jutsu around the polar particles, Ino realizes that there's more to Orochimaru than she ever imagined. However, that's gonna be it for this edition for Naruto Retsuden. Make sure to check back soon because we got the final video coming up and you're not gonna wanna miss that one.